Hey, you're creative. Whether it's in the way we think of as an art student, where you create a visual piece of work, or whether it's just simply coming up with a new idea, we're all creative in some way. So, how and why do I create? Well, over the past year, I created a portfolio of work, and through this process, it really helped me realize what I love about creating and led me to pursue an education and career in visual effects. So, for this portfolio, the thesis focuses on how objects reflect the human experience. I really wanted to portray the experiences that we share as humans, but I didn't want to show it through figures. I wanted to show it through the objects that we use and see every day. Now, these works are observational, which means I would set up a still life, whether it was in my bedroom, in my bathroom, or in my car, and I would use that still life to observe and create the pieces. And what I loved about that part of the process was really just being detail oriented in the way that I observed the objects. I loved capturing the exact proportions and getting it just right. And most of these pieces were also created digitally in programs like Procreate and Photoshop. And I love just learning the technicality of the software and using it to its full potential. Now, to highlight specific works in my portfolio, this is my second piece that I created titled Clean Space Equals Clean Mind. And this piece really just uses the mess of my bathroom counter to portray the stress that I was feeling at the time that I created it. I made this piece in the beginning of my senior year, and I was really just stressed about deadlines and classes and college applications. And I really just wanted to show how that stress manifested itself into my bathroom counter. What I really loved most about the process of this piece was the attention to detail in observing the still life of my counter. I oftentimes zoomed into the pixel to really just portray all that detail. I really enjoyed getting the technical aspects of the value in there with the monochromatic colors as well. And for this piece is titled In Conflict. I made this on Procreate, and this piece is really just about how it feels to be in conflict. Whether it's conflict with yourself or conflict with another person, this piece is really just about how it feels to be in that situation and also a little bit about self sabotage that might happen in conflict as well. And with this piece, what I liked most about the process was drawing the water. I really wanted to get that technicality and the transparency and just fluidity that the water has. I really just wanted to display that. And also getting the colors right in the skin and the cup as well. I really enjoyed layering up colors and mixing them to see how they would show up on the screen. Now, this is all nice and all, but it's all illustration. So, how does that connect to my desire to pursue visual effects at SCAD and beyond? Well, I originally came here to study 3D animation, to animate characters and tell stories, like a lot of us do. But looking back on this portfolio really just made me realize that I love the technical aspects of the creative process and how that would translate to the VFX pipeline. Even when I was discussing to my mom about my major, my mom really was telling me that I have that logical mind and technical um, kind of thought process, and that would really translate well to the visual effects pipeline. Um, my love for the technical process really translates to aspects like rigging, which is putting bones into a character to make it move, like in the squirrel that I made. And also things like lighting, which I really love to portray, and coloring in these pieces as well. And I also just love seeing how things work and why. I love to problem solve, which I did oftentimes in this portfolio, but even in my life as well. For example, my first concert was a Taylor Swift concert, and at her concert, she gives these bracelets which light up. And during her songs, all of the bracelets coordinate and create an immersive light experience for the audience. And my first thought about it was it wasn't this is cool. My first thought was, how does this work? And so I was researching on how the bracelets work. And I think I really did that in these pieces of this portfolio as well. And that aspect of myself really made me realize that I wanted to pursue visual effects. So overall, creating this art portfolio from the past year really made me realize my love for the technical aspects of the creative process. It is mostly illustration, but the technical aspects, I think, translate well to the VFX pipeline. And it really just made me realize where my spot in the pipeline was. So I'm super excited to see how those technical aspects will translate into the VFX pipeline as I learn more. Thank you.